Da, 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 da. Okay, what's up, guys? It's Dale 78910 or Josh. So yeah, this episode may be a little long, so hang in there with me, okay? Okay, so as you probably know, I went to Chicago and it was so much fun. So much to do, so I decided to do like a vlog type thing. So here are some clips from Chicago and I'll explain everything. Hey guys, yeah, okay, let me explain to you why I'm in the car right now. I'm on my way to Chicago and yeah, it's gonna be fun to be in there. I'm gonna go visit my cousin, my family and everything. Shout out to Jake. Zoot. My word. So yeah, now we're in Tampa. Right now we're in Tampa. I don't know if you can see. Here, I'll turn off the backlight. You can kind of see back there. Yeah, there's still big buildings to come. So yeah, better lighting. So whenever I get the chance to film, I will film, so I can tell you where I am and what's going on. All right, sorry, I took a little nap. Yeah. So right now we're somewhere in Georgia. I don't know exactly where we are, but we're somewhere. I know that for sure. Alright, so, okay. I'm trying to watch a video, and the sound won't turn on at all. It's weird. So as I was saying, okay, so we sort of got it working. I don't know. Yay! We got it working. So yeah, I'm gonna keep you updated. Tomorrow we'll probably film some.
Was he here tonight?
But right now,
I ran into him outside.
Pretty tired.
You guys, anyway.
It's complicated.
Tell me again.
Yeah.
Was I really good? I was so nervous. My knees were shaking.
What's up, man? Okay, it's 10:30. We've been on the road since what, 8:30. We have 27 hours to go. So yeah, this car is so crammed, it's unreal. I mean, it's so crammed we can barely, sit down. Oh, and by the way, after seeing those clips, you might want to know what it looks like to be bored and videotaping in the car at the same time. He's like, a cow, moose! And he goes, what's a moose? No,
I expose your hair. Sorry, it's a lot, sorry. But I want you, baby. You are done.
Scary. But yeah, that's probably one of the weirdest parts, I think, this part that will make the memories that I videotaped on the way up. Okay, so when I got to Chicago, there were some pretty cool things that went down. Like, the first thing that went down was the Fast video. Jack and Jake, remember that? Have you seen that video? I'll put a link right here to that video. Go see it. Okay, so the second thing that went down was we found these boxing gloves, right? And you can tell what those led up to. Yeah, did you see that part where I socked him right in the face? Yeah. Yeah, but I was so good. You can't touch this. You can't touch this, but he did.
Back of the head, baby.
Yeah, that shot kind of hurt me in the back of the head for a couple of days. Ouch. Ow. So a couple days later, we did a couple more things, like we shot some hoops, We did some extreme hooping, and I have a clip. Check it out. It's a clip. It's really awesome. It was really fun, actually, just to try it out.
Just caught me doing a rock and roll flip.
Yeah! Yeah, you should try that sometime. Like, bounce it off a wall, and have the other person catch it, and then swish it. Yeah. Okay, so a couple days later, we went to go visit my cousin Tyler. He's about my age, like, I'm a month older than he is, so, yeah. Amazingly, he looks a lot like Justin Bieber. And I am not lying on this one. Take a look at some pics I got that look absolutely convincing that it's almost Justin Bieber with like a haircut. Okay, so after everything went down, we decided to go to a basketball game at the very end of the trip, like the night before we left. It was so funny. Like, it was so freaking cold. It was like, we walked, like, as we were walking around the building to get into the high school, like, we were watching the varsity team play, and the team before that, I forget what they call that, like, right below varsity. We were walking around, and this old guy was right next to us, and he was like walking with us, trying to find, and we were walking as fast as we could because there was like no doors that weren't locked, and we were trying to find another way around, and there's ice on the roads, right? So, and there's like a foot of snow on the other side, on like the side of the road. So we decided to walk in the middle of the road, and the old guy like literally slips and falls on his back, like, ouch! Like, if I had to do a reenactment of that, I would probably die. Like, seriously, I looked at his face as my mom tried to help him up. This was his reaction on his face. Ah! Almost exactly like that. So, yeah. That was one funny thing. You could picture an old man in a cloak. Like, you know in the movies, how, like, you see someone slip and they, like, fall on their back, like, straight flat on their back? Well, that's exactly what he did. And I couldn't believe it. I thought I was watching TV for a second. Well, as I thought I was watching TV, we found the door. And it was Illiana Christian High School against Chicago Christian High School. And it was packed, dude. Not even funny how packed it was. It was like as packed as our car. So we finally found a row in the back of the very top bleachers, and there was like no way under those bleachers, right? And my dad gets up to film my cousin because she's a cheerleader and she wanted to be filmed for Facebook. So my dad stands up to film, and all of a sudden you hear his keys fall on the back of the bleachers. I hated it. We stood there for like an hour and 30 minutes trying to get him out. Well, not exactly an hour and 30 minutes. Like, we tried to find the janitor, and he said, well, after the second game, I will get the keys. But because there was no way out, he said he couldn't get him out. He'd have to, like, shut the bleachers and then lift him up. But Jonathan found a way under there, and he got him out. So, yeah. Yeah, we kind of had to tell the janitor that we got the keys before we left. So, yeah. Okay, but I think for the funniest part, because I was so nervous we weren't going to make it home that night, the next day, because my dad dropped his keys down the back of the thing, and it was just so scary for me. But watching the game was probably the funniest part, because one side of because Illiana was all dressed up in green, right? You see the sea of green everywhere. And on the other side is like purple and yellow. So, yeah, you can imagine the rivalry. It's like the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. You get it? Alright, but this is the really funny part about the rivalry type people. Is that one side was chanting and the other side would answer it back. But it really wasn't meant to be answered back. So, but they just kind of ad-libbed and it sounded pretty funny. Because one side was like, Illiana! And the other side was like, sucks! So all together it would be like, Illiana sucks! Illiana sucks! Illiana sucks! Alright, so when we were leaving Chicago, we had just stopped for dinner at Subway, and we got back in the car, and one of the sodas that we had in a can flipped and rolled over, like it rolled over in front of the heater. And just about 2 hours later, we hear this pop, and we're just like, what the heck was that? I don't know what just happened. Ah! We looked, and the Pepsi can that was sitting right in front of the heater had exploded. If you don't believe me, take a look at the can. Look, I could not do this, and that is just crazy. It just literally popped under pressure. But I thought that was pretty funny, so yeah. Okay, well, this vlog is getting pretty long. I guess I'll see you guys later. Peace!